Alright, this specific video is not scripted, so just bear with me while I gather my thoughts. Oh, and happy holidays. Okay, so interestingly, it's been over a month since the release of Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition, and it seems like some of the issues that have been created with the new update of the game, they haven't been rectified yet. If anything, they've been made worse because of the fact that they updated the game to include new Creation Club content, which is nice for players who don't have PC, for players who are either on console. You know, it's nice for players like that, so that way they can have something fresh, something new. But it seems like every single time the developer adds something to the game, it ends up breaking something else. And I don't know if it's because they don't have the quality assurance team like doing their job or something, or I don't know if it's because of the publisher. Now, Bethesda is a company, is a video game studio owned by ZeniMax Media that is owned by Microsoft. That's a lot of hurdles to go through in order to make decisions, you know? And from what I read, Microsoft kind of operates on a hands-off approach. So that just leaves ZeniMax at this point. I feel like ZeniMax is trying to push these things out. They keep trying to push out updates to the game, and they're trying to do all this stuff that they have planned at the same time. In my opinion, it was completely foolish to release a port of Fallout 4 to Nintendo and release Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition all within the same like time frame. You know, they released I think Skyrim had a Switch 2 update. There's rumors that they're working on porting over Starfield to PlayStation. They're working on Elder Scrolls 6. We know this already. So I have a feeling that the development studio is just stretched, their resources are stretched thin, you know? It's completely frustrating from a consumer standpoint. I'm not trying to tell you not to get angry, because I'm angry as well. That ruined my whole Fallout day, because I play on PlayStation. I used to play on PC, but it broke a long time ago. And playing on PlayStation was more convenient because I can pretty much do everything that I needed to. But I've been upset as well, and I'm sure you guys are upset too. Those of you on console. For those of you on PC, you guys can just revert the update. You know, it's completely possible to do. But they said that they were going to give us 100 gigabytes of space by the end of December. Then they put out a notice that they're delaying that to January. The past two updates that they put out to the game that were supposed to be hot fixes have completely broken the game, at least on my end, you know? I find it absolutely ridiculous that we're still doing this thing where we are stretching the development studios, their resources thin. Let them work on one thing at a time. Why are we doing several different projects at the same time if we know we're gonna break the game or have to fix the, like, I feel like ZeniMax, because ZeniMax is the one in charge. Oh, voice crack. I feel like ZeniMax, because they're the ones in charge, they should absolutely do what you're capable of. One thing or two things at a time. If they have the manpower to do 5 things at a time, whatever. But it's not looking like it, and it's making ZeniMax and it's making Bethesda look bad. There have been rumors of, Todd Howard's gonna get fired. You guys can search it up on YouTube. I don't even feel like putting up images or whatever. I've got some gameplay here. There's been rumors floating around, and those rumors would not be floating around if we just stuck to focus. We can't do 7 things at once. Bethesda was great back then because they only had a few IPs. A few profitable IPs. Now that we have more IPs and more things that are going on, I've realized that they're neglecting certain IPs, and other IPs just get all the focus and attention. But that hasn't been happening as of late, it seems, because after the Fallout TV show, it just seems like they focus more. Like, excuse the background noise. If you guys hear that, I live in a huge city. But yeah, I feel like they need to focus more on what they're doing. There was more focus. There was more passion. There was more drive. In the days of Oblivion, there's a reason why Oblivion got a remaster. It's because that was a game that skyrocketed them. Because it was more accessible, I feel like it was more accessible. And we just need to go back to the roots where the thing that we focused on was the consumer and not rushing things out. Because you could tell that it was rushed. It's still not fixed. I downloaded it. I downloaded the new update. There was one on the 17th, I believe. And it pissed me off so much that I just went to go play something else. Because I'm not going to sit around and mope around, I've been doing other things. I've been playing other things. I've been playing a lot of Skyrim. I've been playing some Street Fighter. But yeah, back on track, though. The update completely broke the game even more. I can't even launch the game. I had to delete all my mods in order to launch the game. So I don't know if they're messing with file types or something. I'm not a tech guy or anything. I just know how to use the damn software. I don't know the specifics of how it's made or what goes into it, but they ruined the DLC where if you own the DLC, the game will tell you that you don't own it. And they ruined the Creation Club content where it says you don't own it when you in fact just bought it, And I think that's attributed to them changing file types or something. Because they changed the file types in Skyrim in 2021, added ESL files, which are the Lightmaster files where they don't take up a slot in your load order. But yeah, this is absolutely awful. I'm not going to blame the developers too much because I know the developers are just doing their job. They're trying to get their shit done. But the ones in charge, they have to be the ones who get the brunt of the anger, They have to be the ones who get scrutinized so that way shit can change. Things don't change without action, You got to take action in order for things to change. And there hasn't been a lot of change lately. I'm grateful to Bethesda for helping us out in our little PlayStation community we have. I'm saying little because it's significant to me, but those of you on PC might not know about it, but we had this guy where we have porters. I run a group where they port mods to PlayStation, and our community is small, but it was affected by this guy who left the group. Actually, no, we kicked him out. I don't want to get back into the drama, but we had to kick him out. And being disgruntled, he went and removed a bunch of mods from another author's account. And Bethesda helped us out with that. We put in a support ticket and told them that our guy got hacked and what could we do about it. And they actually helped us out with restoring over 200 mods that were deleted. And they told me that their systems weren't designed to restore mods that were manually deleted, because the person who got into the account did manually delete them. They said that the system wasn't designed to be manually, like, to restore mods that were manually deleted. But the engineers at Bethesda built a script so that way they can restore those mods, and a lot of them had like external assets too, because Sony changed their stance. They don't care if mods with external assets end up on their platform anymore, as long as they adhere to the rules and the NSFW and stuff like that. So Bethesda is working on a new creation kit for that, so that way PlayStation can get some external assets, because we've been asking for it for over a decade. I don't know why it's taken this long for Sony to say yes, but whatever. I'm glad that they did. Now, the interesting part is that even though they have helped us out, I know that it's not their fault. You know, I know that it's got to be the publisher, because the developers get hired to do a job. And while they're doing their job, some of them don't even get paid the money that... No, I'm not going to say they don't get paid. But a lot of developers have come out and said, we work these long hours, the pay isn't worth it, you know? So they get paid, but it's not worth it. They risk their mental health doing this shit, you know? And, I just honestly feel like it's on the publisher, because every single time we have a situation like this, the publisher is usually the one perpetrating the situation. They're the ones who are greedy and after the money, and put the money over the needs and the values of the consumer and the developers, you know? They're the ones with all the deadlines. And I feel like we'll have less situations like Fallout 4 AE and Skyrim AE if we just fucking focus. Just focus on one project at a time. You know? Just focus on one. Release one. Focus on one. Just the fucking 2 months, I guess. Excuse my language. I'm upset that I paid money for this just for it to break my game. I feel stupid. But I do this for you guys, you know, like I know that you guys enjoy the content. I know that you guys enjoy me yapping to this. So I do it for you guys as well as me. I'm like, okay, well, it's going to benefit me too, because I love Fallout, I love Skyrim. And then every time, it's like a slap in the face with a wet glove, you know? I don't know, I'm sick of it. I know you guys are sick of it. But just show the developers, like the individual developers, show them some mercy, man. And it's the publisher and the company, the execs. They're the ones who need all of the scrutiny. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope that my point got across, and I'll see you guys next time. I hope that You guys have a wonderful rest of your year. New Year's is coming up pretty soon. Don't forget, you guys can chat with me on Twitch. I'm gonna leave the Twitch inside of the description, so that way you guys can find me. And I'll see you guys there. See you guys. Mwah.